this studio is really homely. You come here, you feel welcome, we can chat, we get some food, some drinks, and it's really sort of, it makes you feel comfortable. Whereas other parlours studios aren't always so welcoming. But this, with Galaxy Tattoo, it's always a laugh.
It's nice, funny, and he's not bossy, so he's a very nice boss, nice teacher and everything. He's very patient.
A few years ago I was looking around for some Japanese style tattoo artists here in Singapore, and I sort of did a bit of research and I got recommended to Niccku. And on my first consultation I showed him lots of images of wood print work by Japanese artists, and then he just created a composition based on what I wanted. So basically I choose him because detail and the care he puts into it, the colour work, because the quality is just first class.
For Japanese style, Oriental style, we go to the source, go to the roots. It's all from Japan. And in Japan, they're really very particular about their own culture, Bushido, the spirit of the samurai, how they respect their master. So basically, when we, or the Taiwanese people, or the China people, or whoever, even like Caucasians, who flew into Japan to learn the culture or to learn the technique of tattooing or to visit the master and everything, we get influenced not only by their work, maybe through their personality, through their culture, how the student, the apprentice, the student respect the master, how the client respect the master, how client walking, they really want tattoo from the master. In Japan, they really do respect that. And even the apprentice to come to learn from the master, they really respect that part too. For what now I'm doing is, I think it's more Oriental, than really traditional Japanese style. And also maybe like a bit like new school Japanese style or something like. It's just the out shape and maybe the subject is Japanese style, but the background is totally different from how Horiyashu, all these big sensei, it's totally different from them, So the demand in Singapore, why people coming back, I think it's just also a trend. Everybody getting big back piece, but one good thing is last time it's only gangsters that get full back and big back tattoo. Now it's different. It's like everybody from different lines of jobs, they come in, they want a full back. I tattoo lawyers, doctors, so which is really nice, I think, to have some changes in the scene of tattoo in Singapore. Actually, the layout and the line is really important. How the layout of the whole sleeve or the whole, not about one point tattoo, like the sleeve, hand sleeve or leg sleeve or full back or full front. The layout actually is really important, like how you lay out your subject and how you lay out the background, the foreground. Not too much cut over until you can't even see the subject, You got to be really clean, just like the line itself. When the line is done, and it look really clean, the shading and the color is just additional bonus to make it look better. I try to develop and change because everybody try to express themselves in their own way, which is very difficult. So till now, like in Singapore, maybe people will see, okay, it's by Nick. They can tell from some part of the details or the colors or how the layout of the whole back piece or something. But I'm still copying some from here, from there and everything. I'm still trying my very best to come up with something that maybe it's like what everybody wanted to, it's like their own style. Compared to maybe, let's say, not too far, 2-3 years ago to my work, the changes of right now is I use more colors and more softer color, cold color, like very light blue, light turquoise, light bright yellows, all this. I use more of this light color right now. And I build in more like, before I use more bigger and bold line, now I try to use more like fine lines with all the details. Definitely I love to do like more bigger tattoos, because I like dragging like big lines, long lines, and rather than just keep focusing on the palm size tattoo, you gotta do all the small details, which actually take me more time than doing a bigger tattoo. And was lucky enough at that time. I think I met Peter, and he did offer me that say he's going to visit Horiyoshi, asked me to come along, and that was the same time when we visited Horiyoshi, and he became Horiyoshi student, and I became Horiyoshi godson. And then Peter was like thinking like, should I approach and tell Horiyoshi I want to be the student. So when Peter actually asked, then my dad was there, and my dad's like, why don't you ask also? And then, but at the time I was just very just got my machine, that's it, I haven't really even basically started tattooing and everything. So and then Horiyoshi actually said yes, and I was like, so okay, Yeah, and then to actually, me and Peter, two of us at the same time, we kneel down, give him tea and everything in the restaurant. No, I didn't went through any apprenticeship with him because for going through an apprenticeship in the Japanese culture, the first year you can't even get near to the master. You can't sit next to him, you can't even go near him or to watch him tattoo. So basically you're just cleaning, serving customer, clean up and all this thing. It's only second year that maybe you can get near to the master. But for me, no, it's like straight I went to him, he asked me to come by, sit next to him, watch him tattoo, ask him whatever I wanted to know, and he showed me how the drawing, like simple basic drawing of chords and everything. Yeah, so he treated me actually really nice. Without Horiyoshi, he doesn't have me today. Because I don't smoke, don't drink, and don't gamble. I think mostly sports. Like I go to the gym, I go to the fight gym. I started martial art when I'm 11. I like collecting his stuff, and also, but he's also a big influence because I bought all his books, even his interviews, everything related to him, like the movies or any documentary. And he have a big part of the influence, like how he actually went through his life, how hard he struggled in the very beginning part. I did understand how he lived alone as a Chinese at that time in America. So that hit me a lot with how actually the kind of mentally and physically prepare for anything that you unexpect in your life. Yeah. What I know, I tell you. But it's not said that definitely I'm right or wrong. I'm not sure how much you can learn from me and everything. It's like, it's just an advice, a guidance. How you want to develop is your own choice.
He will give some pointers, but he's not gonna be there and tell you like, oh, you have to do this and that, this and that. I'm enjoying my time here. I enjoy learning everything. There's always something new to learn, like never ending. So that is good. Keeps me busy all the time.
Just like what Louis said and how I teach Louis, how I taught Louis, how I taught Das from Hong Kong. Basically, I would just tell them what I know and let them have the freedom to express themselves through what they learn from me. And it's not like you must draw like this, from A to B you must be like this. No. I just tell you how, and you do it your own way. Basically, because I want that particular skill and the art developed by yourself and expressing your own self and not being the second me. How it started is actually my apprentice Das. He came over to Singapore to start to learn from me, and I taught him for like 3 years. So with respect, he called me and he wanted to share with me and everything, but he's the owner also, and he runs the shop there. Definitely I said, yeah, that's good, so I give my full support for the studio. You use the name and everything, and I can do some painting for him representing the studio and everything. And he invited me over for the opening, and with his work, his character, made me really proud of him.
Colors, needles, and stories, memories I'd like to keep.
forever close to my heart now, always following me. Pictures and people and troubles I meet, fables I'd like to believe, inking reminders I keep on my journey. The road's been long in the Lion City, but they're all the pieces of me.